Okay, Woman of Truth here. I have to give you an update on the cargo trailer transformation into an emergency mobile unit. I don't know why I call it that. I think my former years as first a police dispatcher, then police recruit, mobile emergency mobile unit. Yeah. Okay, the other day my windows came in. Love them. And I was so excited. I couldn't wait to get the kids and the grandkids out the door that night. I said, I've got to do this. I come out here all gung-ho and I made a mess. I put scratches all over the side. I even put a hole in the top. I got the window in, and actually we're going to be pulling it out, doing it right. Insulating, framing, and this isn't even the worst of it. Let me tell you the positive things. I did get the floor laid. Isn't that beautiful? Don't look too close. There are some places that need somebody to look at. Originally, and here's the beautiful shower I built, if I don't mind saying so myself. It is a 30 by 30, a little bit bigger than I wanted, but the base, the shower base, was on sale at Lowe's. It was a 30 by 30, and originally I was going to do a whiskey barrel shower, and I can show you the whiskey barrel. I actually bought it, and then I put it in here, and I thought it's too heavy. I'm just gonna get a shower base, so I went and purchased the shower base, which is underneath this. I have a washing machine pan out here sitting on top of the shower base just to protect it while it's under construction, so it doesn't get scratched up and all. And the toilet, of course, is not the toilet that I'm getting. I'm going to be putting a composting toilet there. That's just a cheap camping toilet. It's actually not even real. So I come perch myself down on top of that just to think out here and figure out what I'm going to do. I'm still going to tongue and groove the ceiling. I left enough room on top of the shower. The shower is going to have a curtain rod. But you say, well, where is the privacy for the latrine? Well, I got this wonderful idea. I'm going to be putting a bar here with a French door. I'm going to make the French door, or not the French door, I'm sorry, the farmhouse door. And I'm going to make the farmhouse door with a combination of cedar and the metal. I just love that look. And it's going to serve the purpose of as a headboard. It can actually cover the shower. Even though there will be a shower curtain used on this end, that farm door is going to separate the shower from the rest of the unit, and it will also slide to give you privacy, as the British say, while you do your business in the commode. So, yes, I cut 2 holes in the side for the other 2 windows, and I cut the holes too big. And I was devastated. And I was devastated by the damage that I did to the unit, putting that window in, which is a nice size window. And I was so upset. Well, let's finish talking about this, and then we'll talk about my feelings. Anyway, I'm going to put a countertop in here, and a nice, good size countertop, and a nice sink and sprayer. And I mentioned the small wood stove that'll go in the center. And I found an adorable retro refrigerator at Lowe's. So I'm going to be getting the retro. I think I'm going to get the mint green. I think it's mint green or blue. I don't know, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to get the mid-size one, and it should fit down underneath in the middle here. Put the small microwave up here, and I'm thinking, because there will be a little wood stove here in the center, it's going to cut down on cabinet space. Back to the windows. I came out here that night, and then the day that I worked on these and I realized I'd cut them too large, I was just so upset. So I frantically call my son-in-law, and he's so busy, and he works in construction, and he can do anything, but he's busy. And he comes out here, he fixes a couple things, and then he says, you know, I can do this, but we're going to have to set aside a day for it. And the only day off I have is Sunday, and it's just making me feel even worse thinking about it. But bless his heart, he was willing to do it. He was planning on coming out here this Sunday. And I just was so upset at the thought of taking him on his only day off, and so upset that I did it. And I'm so mad at myself for just going so gung-ho and just, yeah. And 24 hours go by. I'm still very upset. I'm working out in the field. I get a phone call, and it's a gentleman that built, and I haven't spoken to him in over a year, and I've spoken to his wife, and he's the one that built my beautiful chicken coop. And he and his wife were planning on coming out here the next day, and I hadn't spoken to him in so long, but as soon as I got off the phone, I realized God is setting me up, and that is the person who's going to undo my damage. He's going to fix my mess. And so the next day he comes over here, and I'm strategically planting myself right here at the trailer, waiting for them. I think I came out of the house, and then I quickly walked over to the trailer. That's what it was. And by the time they were out of their vehicle, I was over here at the trailer. So he came into the trailer. I said, I have to show you what I messed up. And I said, it's just awful. I cut these holes too big. And he looks at it. He looks around. He says, the very first words out of his mouth were, I want to help you with this. Oh my goodness. My soul. I had spent days just fretting over this, and this dude builds airplanes, and he looks at it and he says, well, I'm used to dealing with this kind of material because I build airplanes are built with the aluminum, and it was like I couldn't wait to text my son-in-law Chris to tell him that he and I both were off the hook for Sunday. We no longer had to bear that burden of trying to fix my mess. And even though Chris can handle it fine, he's just so busy, and it's like it's so hot, and that's his day off. And I'm like, yes, thank you, Jesus. A plane builder is going to, and when he said, I'd like to help you with this, I knew he meant help me with the whole thing that I can't do. In other words, he'll tell me exactly how it'll have to be done. I'm just so blessed. I don't deserve it. And I'm super excited and thankful. I am full of gratitude. And tonight, this afternoon, I was starting to doubt myself. I mean, Bobby, are you just doing too much? I mean, is it just too much that you're doing? Is it really worth it? And I walk into the grocery store, and I'm in the freezer section, and there is a man there, an older man, and his wife, and she's in a wheelchair. And we're just staring dumbfounded at the empty freezers. I looked at him, I looked at her, I said, where's the food? And I realized, you know what? All those things that the preppers, that Mike Adams says, famine's up ahead, explain to me why I walk into my grocery store and there's no food in the freezers. And I looked at him and I looked at her, and he says to me, you know why it's like this? And I said, why? I knew why, but I wanted to hear what he had to say. He said, it's that man sitting in Washington. Meaning Joe Biden. And I thought, yes, he's exactly right. And I said, you're right. I said, did it look like this when Trump was in control? And he said, no. He says, and everybody on the school board here tells me I watch too much Fox News. And I said, well, you need to come right back at them and tell them they watch too much CNN and mainstream media. And so I know that as I was feeling a little doubt creeping in about, am I taking it too extreme? Why am I so urgent? Why is there such an urgency about me? And I was doubting myself a little bit until I walked into the grocery store, and I saw that whether people want to admit it or not, they know something is up. And this man and this woman, I said to him, they were looking for a certain ice cream for their grandkid. And of course, there was nothing there. And I said, you might want to go a few aisles over there and get a few bags of beans and rice. I said, because tough times are coming. And I left the grocery store. I had my few items. And I came home and I lay my eyes on this vehicle, this mobile thing that I'm building in the yard, and it was just like the Lord confirming for me, girl, you're on the right track. Don't doubt yourself at this point. Just keep trudging forward. So that's the update on the trailer. 4 windows are going in, 1 window already in. I'm going to pull it out because when my plane builder friend looked at it, I said, I really need to do it right, and we need to insulate. And he said, yeah. He says, you're going to need to do this, you're going to need to do that. So that's where we are. I actually have somebody that cares about stuff. He cares about building stuff, and he puts his heart into it. So I'm so grateful for him and his wife for this chicken coop they built me last year. And I'm just thrilled. I'm just thankful. We're on the right track, folks. We're on the right track. Don't doubt yourself yet. Don't doubt yourself now at this stage. Just walk into your local grocery store when you're starting to doubt yourself about whether you should be prepping for difficult times, or walk into a local Lowe's, or how about order some lumber that is not in stock, or if it is in stock, have it delivered to your house and look at the crap that's unloaded. The quality, it is shocking. I've got wood in here that I used to build my shower that it barely has enough. I mean, it's soft. Let me show it to you. I covered it up because it's just so bad and it needed strength. I don't know if you can see it, but this is just kind of typical, and I kind of covered over it because I was afraid it wouldn't be strong enough. And it's just twisted boards, warped boards. It's just, I'm going to sit on the toilet while I talk to you. That's kind of gross, isn't it? It's not really a toilet. But anyway, I'm tired. I worked all day. This is kind of funny. Anyway, just if you doubt that there is a crisis, just walk into your local Lowe's and take a look at the quality of the wood, and then look at your cart and see how much money it costs with the few pieces and the few items you have in your cart. It's astounding. But God is in control. Husbands, wives, get on the same page. Get on the same page with one another. Don't criticize one another. Help each other prepare for difficult times. Kids, get on the same page with mom and dad. And you singles out there, you do the best you can to do what you can to prepare for yourself and for other people. Get out there and buy a piece of property if you have the means to do so, and if you don't, there are programs out there. And I'm going to be making a video about a prospect for myself. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. There's a few things that I have to do. And by sharing this information, it may help somebody else. So I'm going to get up off this toilet, go in the house and have some rotisserie chicken. I was in the grocery store and I picked up my rotisserie chicken. And I say that because we single people, we stand over the countertop with a rotisserie chicken eating like a barbarian. Anyway, I just painted an awful picture. Add that to the toilet. Have a wonderful weekend.